Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always. My co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zack Partridge. What up, dog?
What up?
Another fighter spotlight. I'm stoked to have my boy David Maggio. What's up, David?
What's going on, man?
Hey,
stoked.
SteelFist featherweight champion.
SteelFist featherweight champion, David Maggio. Dave, I was just looking at your Tapology, dude. I didn't realize you've got 11 fights, man.
Yeah,
we've been at this
for a while.
Yeah, I see that, man. I see that. So you're coming off a big. Oh, go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say, so coming off your big win over Zack Hamilton on a short notice featherweight title fight, why the 135 fight before defending your 145 title?
So actually this fight was supposed to be for the bantamweight title. But whoever the title holder is, I forget his name.
Tyson Roberts.
He had to pull out. I guess he broke his finger or something. So this fight was originally I was going to try to be the champ.
Okay.
Baby.
But since that fell through, I still kind of wanted to go to 135. And we're actually easing myself down. And we bumped this fight up to 140.
Good.
So taking kind of a little baby step here with it. But I think in the future when I turn pro, I want to fight at 135. So that was kind of the reasoning behind it. And so when they offered me the belt at 135, I was like, shit, let's go.
Yeah. Well, so you don't really have any intentions of defending the 145 title?
I do.
Okay.
Probably after this fight, I think I might take one more at 145 and defend the belt, and then go from there.
Cool.
But yeah,
I noticed you had a couple fights scheduled that I would love to see in the future. One with Austin Strill, but then the Eli Brazile. I probably butchered his name, but that's a fight I would love to see, man, in the near future.
Yeah, me and Eli, we were supposed to fight a couple of times. We had it scheduled like 3 different times, and just like that fight is cursed right now. It keeps falling through.
You guys are the Khabib and Tony Ferguson of Steel.
You guys.
Yes, that's a good comparison right there.
There you go.
I think everybody would love to see that fight.
Even the Austin Strill fight. We saw him fight in the Fierce Cage a few months ago, and he looked phenomenal after a little bit of a layoff too.
Yeah. I watched that Austin fight. He fought Teague. Is the guy's name.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a good fight. I was impressed, and I would love to get in there with Austin too. I think that might have been a pro debut for him as well.
Yeah.
So that's something I might be looking forward to in the future once I turn pro.
Cool.
Are you? How many more amateur fights are you planning on taking before you turn pro? Is that something you and Jeremy haven't discussed yet?
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit. The biggest thing with turning pro is it then becomes harder to find fights because obviously you're being paid. So we're thinking probably a couple more and then turn pro. I'm thinking this one, I might defend my title at 145 and then make the transition. We talked about how it's harder to find fights once you turn pro, but the rate I'm going with fights falling through, it's like, might as well just go and get paid.
SteelFist does an excellent job of finding fights for amateurs and stuff, but at some point too, there's not the pool of amateurs that are willing to fight other amateurs with 11 plus amateur fights does get smaller and smaller, right? I feel like as MMA is becoming more popular and more mainstream, there's never a clear-cut answer on when the right time to go pro is not. You have somebody as your coach in your corner, manager, all those shoes that Jeremy fills for you that would know better than anybody when the time for you to go is. But it's tough. But I have noticed you see those guys, once they start getting in double-digit amateur fights, it gets harder and harder to find people that will actually fight them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's been the challenge here in the last little while is we'll find an opponent who's got 4 fights and they're not really willing to fight me because they are just getting into it. I've been at it since I think I had my first MMA fight in 2014.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so I've been at this for about 8 years. I had a 2-year layoff because of ACL surgery, but I mean during that time I was still working out. My mind never left the mats. So that's one thing that kind of separates me from the rest of this competition in the amateurs is I have a wealth of experience that I bring to the table that these other guys just aren't, and it's a problem for them.
Well, we saw that in the Zach Hamilton fight, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You hit that arm bar so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zack was on a tear too up until that
Yeah,
point.
3-0.
I think experience plays a large part of that.
To Zach, he's a tough guy.
It really is. Yeah.
And especially coming out of the what is it, Agima?
Yeah.
Agima. Yep.
Those Agima guys are tough. And I knew coming into that fight that he was gonna be a fighter, that he was coming there to take my head off. And I think, especially once we hit the ground, because that was his game plan, was take me down and submit me. I think that's where we really saw my experience shine through, because I was completely relaxed and comfortable there. I had no thought crossed my mind of that I was ever in danger. So yeah.
Well, like you said before the fight, when you're slapping arm bars on guys like Johan Rubio and choking them out in practice all the time, like, that just made that fight just that much easier.
You get my ass kicked, man.
I'm gonna get you beat up. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Johan, he said it. I don't know what to say. He said it.
He said it live on air.
No, it's true. It's true. Johan's getting submitted by me every day.
Oh man.
He's tough. He knows what's up.
So David, what do you know about your opponent that you're going to be fighting on February 12th?
Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about him. Couldn't really find any video. I talked to somebody who happened to train with him. Johan. He's out of St. George. All I really know is he's a game opponent. He's going to come and try to take my head off come February 12th. But isn't that what they all do, though? So
yeah,
I'm not worried.
You wouldn't want it any less, right?
Yeah, no, and that's always been my mindset coming into the fights is this person's here to wreck my day. So I got tough training partners like Johan who are trying to do that on the daily. So.
Oh, don't try and back it up now, David. Don't try
I mean, he tries, but sometimes I got to put him in his place. Johan, I'm just kidding though. No, he's this isn't the first time I fought somebody that I haven't known a lot of information about. So I just every day I just try to work what I'm good at in the gym, sharpen my tools, and at the end of the day, it's a fist fight, and it's nothing new to me. So,
what's it going to be like having? So you have one of your teammates on this card too, right? Malachi's fighting on this card as well, right?
Yeah.
What's it going to be like having your teammate fighting on the same card as you?
Dude, it's been a long time coming. We have been excited to be on the same card together multiple times, and each time it's fallen through. I know he's excited about it. I'm excited about it. Malachi's a phenomenal athlete, great fighter, and I'm just excited to be on the same card with him, get to go through the training camp with him. So this is going to be a fun night for both of us.
Well, then you got Johan getting ready for a fight as well. So you got three of you guys in camp pretty much at the same time, right?
Yeah. And that's something that really helps us out in the long run, because then we are regular at the gym. Because, in between fights, people drop off, people have lives, families that they got to go spend with too. So especially when we got back-to-back fights like this, everybody in the gym, it's awesome. There's nothing better.
I agree. I think one of the best things is being a part of, like, up at our gym at One Hit, we'll have nights where we'll have like 5-6 guys on a SteelFist card, and it's awesome to be going through a camp with all those guys.
Yeah, and I know Malachi. He's always got a lot of irons in the fire, especially with his family. They have a lot of stuff in between fights, so when he has a fight and he's able to just stay in the gym all the time, day in, day out, that's awesome. Because like I said, he's a great fighter, great athlete. And so I'm really looking forward to being on this card with him.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. So Dave, how do you see this fight playing out on February 12th?
Ultimately, I see it playing out with me getting my hand raised.
No.
That's not the answer you're looking for. No, honestly, like I consider myself more of a striker, so I'm always looking for a knockout. But I see him folding under my pressure and trying to take me down. I've seen that story play out a lot in my fight career. So once he does that, if I don't block the shot and end up going to the ground, I see myself submitting him. If I stuff his shot, I think that's going to break him. And once he breaks, then it's my world. I can do whatever I want. I've had that happen before. Dudes try to stand up with me. They can't handle my pressure. They can't handle my shots. They try to hit that takedown, and when I stop them, you just see the life drain from them because they know it's over. So that's really the way I see it going. I want it to be over quick. That's just I like getting those first round knockouts, those first round submissions, but I am prepared for a 3-round war. And if we got to take it to the judges, then we'll take it to the judges. But either way, I'm coming out of that cage victorious.
I love it. Love the mindset, David. Love it, man. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to? Hey, actually, you know what? I got another question for you. I'm gonna steal one of Zach's questions that he always asks the fighters. Are you a fighter first or are you a fan first?
I'm a fighter first.
All right.
I used to be a fan, pretty diehard, back in kind of the GSP era, but
okay.
I've dropped off as a fan in recent. I think to get all the pay-per-views and all the UFC events throughout the year, it's like over $1,000 now. So that really kind of put a dampener on me being a fan. But I've always been a fighter, so fighter first.
Stay online after. Maybe we can help you out with that a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as sponsors go, yes, I have a couple of sponsors I want to shout out.
Shout them out, man.
First, I have Water and Wellness. They're keeping me hydrated in my camps. They have the best supplements too that got me on. Also, Heidi at Body Temple. She just started working with me with my mobility. You can find her on Instagram at Muscle Yogi. And then also I just brought on Taylor, my barber at Customized Barbershop. So
Taylor too. Shout out Taylor. I know
you
Taylor.
Guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I know Taylor and Heidi, both great people.
Hell yeah.
What do you know Taylor? What do you know Taylor for? You don't have hair.
When I did have,
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Jason,
me.
sorry.
No, me.
Shit.
when I did have hair, I actually went to him one time, and I knew him from a friend of a friend, and we've just kind of stayed in contact over social media. He's a great guy, great barber too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Heidi, I've known her years through the fitness industry. She's a great trainer.
Yeah, phenomenal. She's really watching out for me, this weight cut and everything. So
how do people get a hold of you for tickets?
You can hit me up on my Instagram, Maj MMA, on Facebook. Those are really my two only sources. So I still have tickets left. So get at me. 35 general admission. I should have some table seats here soon too. So
awesome.
Whenever you can get a hold of me. Yeah.
February 12th, SteelFist Fight Night. It's a stacked card. Reach out to your local fighters. Support these guys. These guys are grinding every day to put on a great show for you guys. David, thanks for joining us, man. I'm glad we got you on here to chit chat about your fight a little bit, and look forward to seeing you throw down on February 12th, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Roger
David.
that, man. Take it easy. Have a good day, brother.
Yeah, you
Stay
too.
online. Stay online.